Hey y'all, I'm Captain JGB84, and before anyone asks what the hell this thing is, I had a bit of a neck injury, and yes, this is just a towel, but it's a makeshift neck brace. Like, I don't have to wear it, but it just helps, because you can see my head's kind of tilted this way a bit, so there's something wrong with one of the discs in my upper spine. I think this is like the cervical part of the spine. Um, Anyways, they just announced the casting for Wonder Woman in Batman vs. Superman. Her name is Gal Gadot, and she plays one of the chicks in the Fast and Furious series. I was talking to Bandit Incorporated. He doesn't like this casting, and I think to some extent he doesn't really like the idea that Wonder Woman's in it at all. Me, I think it will work as long as they like. If she's only in it for a small role, and by small role I don't mean cameo, I mean, she could appear at one part and maybe at the end to say, hey, Justice League's coming or something like that. Because that's really what Batman vs. Superman is supposed to do. It's supposed to build us towards Justice League, which I hear is coming 2017, supposedly. And at the same time, though, it's good that I think they're putting Wonder Woman in this, because I doubt we're ever going to get a Wonder Woman movie. I mean, we might in a few years, but who knows. So that's neat. I do have to question this, though, because look at the cast of Man of Steel, and I want you to just ask yourself which one of those is a small name, because hardly any of them are small names. Michael Shannon's on Boardwalk Empire. Russell Crowe's a big-name Australian actor. Kevin Costner is Kevin Costner. He's big. Diane Lane's also fairly big. Lawrence Fishburne is also a big-name actor. And Amy Adams, who's always getting nominated for Oscars and stuff. The only real small name in that was Henry Cavill as Superman. So at the same, it's sort of one of those things. I kind of prefer it when they cast small name actors to play superhero roles. Not saying that big name actors don't work. I mean, it's worked in the past. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Michael Keaton as Batman. Christian Bale was big, I suppose. George Clooney was huge, and we all know how that ended up. But I'm saying this because Gal Gadot isn't really a big name. I mean, unless you watch the Fast and Furious films, which I don't, then no, you're not going to really know who she is. And even then, people who watch it probably, well, maybe they don't know her by heart. Well, I'm not saying that not everyone does, but okay, I'm just saying that not everyone's going to know her. And this is sort of going into contrast a bit because they cast Ben Affleck as Batman. Yeah, Ben Affleck, Batfleck. But he's a big name actor playing Batman. And, the Superman and Wonder Woman, they're small name actors playing those roles. Which I'm sort of trying to think this through as to why that would be. Because they could have cast a no name, like a small name to play Batman, and I think everyone would be alright with it. But, I don't know, I just found that kind of unique to say the least. I mean, it would have made sense if they cast a big name to play Wonder Woman, because this is ultimately Superman's story. This is Man of Steel 2, Batman versus Superman. That's what it is, I'm guessing. Much like how I think Justice League... Excuse me. It's hard to breathe with this thing on. Much as I think Justice League is probably going to be Man of Steel, Justice League. Okay, maybe. It's kind of like, how the Avengers was kind of, to some extent, Iron Man and the Avengers. Because, Robert Downey Jr. was the biggest name in that movie. And, he kind of led the thing. He's ultimately kind of the leader of the Avengers, to an extent. So, I don't know. I think it's an okay casting. Because this actress has done the Fast and Furious films, she has experience with action films, so that always works. Now, we're not even so sure. It's not even. We don't even know how she will be in the movie. All we know is that she's in the movie. Nightwing is also supposed to be in the movie, and finally we're getting a movie with Nightwing, because Nightwing's one of my favorite heroes. And we don't really know how big of a role he is, or how he's going to be in it, or what he's going to do. All we know is that he's going to be in it. So, cool, I guess. So, But I think Nightwing will have a bigger role than, say, Wonder Woman. Still, though, if there's one question that's still crossing my mind, who's going to play Alfred? I want Adam West to play Alfred. That would just be amazing. Like, forget Ben Affleck as Batman. Adam West as Alfred would be like the greatest casting ever. Not that saying Ben Affleck as Batman isn't the best or worst casting of all time, but it's just, come on, it'd be cool if they got Adam West in there somehow. Maybe in a flashback showing he was his father, but he'd be a fairly old father to Bruce Wayne, but we'll see. So, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. What do you think? Comment below and tell me. And if you didn't like Gal Gadot, who would you rather have casted? And should they have casted a big-name actress or a small-name actress? Personally, I think they should have gone with a big-name actress, but because it would have filled with the tone the film's trying to go for, in the sense that every other actor in Man of Steel was a big-name actor. So, I don't know, it's just how I see it. And because Ben Affleck is playing Batman, he's a big name. Like, he's huge. Big Oscar winner as well. So there's that. That's just how I see it. But, maybe it'll be good casting. And, when usually when they cast small-name actors to play these superheroes, it usually works for the best, usually. But the big names work too. So until then, I'll see you later.